Shalom, my brothers and sisters. This is Yoshiah ben Yisrael. Hey, I want to say shalom to everybody. Thought I would do a video. I guess if we're going to entitle it something, a segment that I wanted to do is called Questions That Have to Be Asked. And I bring this point up because there are many prophecies that are in the what is called the quote-unquote older covenant or the Old Testament that really should be talked about. Now, I'm going to make this statement, and I'm going to make this statement because I've been there. I was in the Christian church for about 38 years. Ever since I was born, I knew I went. And also being a minister in the church, and also, just being mature when I was there. There were certain things that we heard, certain things that we did not hear. Now, many things that we heard came from the newer covenant, or quote unquote New Testament, and but many things from the old or older covenant was left out. And understanding the history, going back and studying the history of Christianity, when you think about replacement theology, it basically is what we know today as in Christianity, where the Christian church has replaced the Hebrew people, or has replaced Israel. And that is called replacement theology. That means that the Most High has done away with Israel. He is only focusing on the Christian church right now. But when you go back and read a lot of these prophecies that are in the older covenant, you realize that none of these prophecies that have taken place, that I'm getting ready to talk about, I'm only going to do a couple to kind of keep this short, but these prophecies never mention anything about the Christian church. And so I'm going to read these prophecies, but I would also like for you to go back and ask your church, why do we skip over these passages in Scripture? Because these passages of Scripture that I'm getting ready to read to you speak of the Most High calling his people back from all around the world, from the four winds of the earth. He is going to bring the children of Israel back. We don't read of any other people. Now, there are going to be some people who engraft themselves in to Israel, as Romans chapter 11 teaches us, and they are going to be known as the community of Israel. But that's who the Most High said that he's going to bring back into the land, and then there is going to be peace there. Now, don't turn this off, because I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to let the Scripture explain to you what is being said. We have to have open minds when it comes to the Scripture, because in the last days, there are going to be Gentiles, and even our own people. There are going to be people who are going to say this. We're going to look in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16. Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 19 through 21. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19 through 21. It says, "O Yah, my strength and my stronghold and my refuge, in the day of distress, the Gentiles shall come to you from the ends of the earth and say, our fathers have inherited only falsehood." Some version will say, our fathers have inherited lies, futility, and there is no value in them. Would a man make mighty ones for himself, which are not mighty ones? Therefore, see, I am causing them to know. This time I cause them to know my hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is, doesn't say the Lord, doesn't say God, it says Yah or Yahweh. We'll stick with Yah. He says, and they will know that my name is Yah. So he is speaking about a people coming from all over. He says, and then when I teach them and I show them, they're going to say, our fathers have taught us nothing but lies. So I wanted to preface this, what I'm getting ready to read, because we haven't, at least I don't believe, and when I was standing up in front of the church and teaching, I thought I was teaching the truth, but I was teaching the truth from a perspective of religion that was given to me. And now that the Most High has opened my eyes and really shown what is in all of the scripture, then I felt the need to go through some of these prophecies. And this isn't going to be the only one that I'm going to do. Questions that we must ask. Why? And please go back to your church and ask your church, why aren't these prophecies spoken of? Many of them are not going to be spoken of because Israel is done away with. And so therefore, this book, the whole first part of it, is pushed to the side. And then only the last part of the book is listened. And I think by now, if you've been following me, you know that I show you that the front of the book and the back part of the book both work together. They both help each other. The front of the book is the foundation. You can't build a house without a foundation. You first have to lay the foundation. If not, it's going to crumble. You're going to have to build a house and have the walls up after the foundation. If not, how are you going to set your roof up? And so that's the way you have to look at the scripture. That's the way that it teaches us. So let's go on. Let's go ahead and stay in chapter 16. And we're going to read verse 14 through 18. Okay, it says in verse 14, "Therefore, see, the days are coming, declares Yah, when it is no longer said, Yah lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of Mitzrayim, or from the land of Egypt. But Yah lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all over the lands where he has driven them. For I shall bring them back into their land I gave to their fathers. See, I am sending for many fishermen, declares Yah, and they shall fish them. And after that, I shall send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. For my eyes are on all their ways. They have not been hidden from my face, nor has their crookedness been hidden from my eyes. And first I shall repay double for their crookedness and their sin, because they have defiled my land with the dead bodies of their disgusting matters, and have filled my inheritance with their abominations." So we see here in Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14 down to verse 18, we see that there is going to be a exodus that is going to be greater than that one of Moses. Meaning that when all of the millions of children of Israel came out of Egypt all at one time, history remembers that. We remember that. Even in church, we talked about that in church. So the exodus of Egypt was a huge thing. It was really big. My question is, have you seen an exodus of that magnitude since? No, we haven't. So since we haven't, that means that there is still going to be a future one that is coming. Now, when I was in church, I never heard about any kind of exodus. So let's get another verifier. Let's get another witness from the scripture. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23. Jeremiah chapter 23. All right. Jeremiah chapter 23, we're going to start in verse 3 and we're going to end at verse 8. Jeremiah 23, verse 3. "Therefore I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of all the land where I have driven them." Oh, so this is a people where the Most High has driven them. He has pushed them there. It's not that they chose to go there because they just wanted to escape something that was going on and they wanted to go to freedom. That's not how they got there. It says that he pushed them there. Okay, so he says, let's go ahead and continue. He says, "driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold, and they shall bear and increase. And I shall raise up shepherds over them, and they shall feed them. And they shall fear no more, nor be discouraged, nor shall they be lacking, declares Yahuwah. See, the days are coming, declares Yah, when I shall raise for David or Dawid a branch of righteousness, and a sovereign shall rule and act wisely, and shall do right ruling and righteousness in the earth. In his day, Yehuda or Judah shall be saved. This is prophecy. This has not happened. Judah shall be saved, and Israel dwell safely. Now, many of you will say right now, well, see, the Jews, they've already come back into the land. Listen to the whole prophecy of what it's saying. In his days, Yehuda shall be saved, and Israel dwell safely. Okay, now let me help you understand something. And I'm not speaking against a people, I'm just going to tell you facts. The word Jew technically means Judah or Yehudim, Yehudi. That word Jew technically isn't really the word. It's called Yehudi or Yehudim. Now, these people are Jewish. So, meaning that ish means to be like. So, these people who are there today in the land are Jewish, to be like a Jew or a Yehudi. So, it's not the people. They are like them, but they are not them. Okay? So, these people are going to dwell safely in the land. Not only that, they always say in the land of Israel today, all the Jews return home. Well, see, we have a problem. The Most High says that Yehuda and Israel will return. They only claim to be Jews or Jewish, meaning Jew, if Yehuda is only one tribe. So only one tribe of people are coming back there today if they are the real people, which history shows that they are not. So you have to understand that all of Israel, the Yehudim, Yehudi, Judah, and Yisrael will return together. All right? In his days, Yehuda or Judah shall be saved, and Israel dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called Yah our righteousness. Therefore, see, the days are coming, declares Yah, when they shall say no more, as Yah lives, who brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Mitzrayim. We just heard that not too long ago. Out of the land of Egypt. But as Yah lives, who brought up and led the seed of the house of Israel out of the land of the north, and from all the lands where I had driven them, and they shall dwell on their own soil. So this is a prophecy that is talking about the children of Israel, Yehuda coming back, the children of Israel coming back. No longer is there just Judah, no longer the house of Israel. They will be one. So they will come back and be one people. And also Romans 11 will also let you know that the strangers who are among them, who call upon the name of Yah and his son Yahusha, that they will also be grafted in to the body, to the house of Israel, to the community of Israel. So I know that many of you in the church have probably never heard this, but let me say this, because I did go to a church that believed Israel and knew about Israel. But the problem with that is they thought, and they only know about the Zionist Israel, the Israelis, not the Israelites. You see, they call themselves Israelis, not Israelites. They call themselves Israel. They are not the true chosen seed. And I know that sounds bad, but I'm only speaking from fact. And you can also look it up for yourself. They are not the true children of Israel. They adopted or inherited that belief system. And it's not really the belief system of Yah. Judaism has a lot of paganism in it. But that's not what this is about. What this is really about is you understanding that there are prophecies talking about the end times, prophecies talking about the children of Israel being regathered from the four corners of the earth where Yah drove them. Okay? You put this with Deuteronomy chapter 28, Deuteronomy chapter 30, Leviticus chapter 26. You put all of those together, you'll understand. We're going to read in Isaiah, Jeremiah. We're going to try to hit quite a bit of these. And this is only one prophecy that I have went over so far. We're going to go to Ezekiel 37 and talk about the dry bones. So I hope that you all keep in contact with the videos, that you hear them, that you subscribe to them. But we're going to try to hit some of these prophecies. And the main part of this is you have to ask, why are these prophecies, which are huge prophecies that are going to be in the end times, why are they not talked about in the Christian church? And the reason for that is, as a former preacher in the church, the reason for that is this does not fit into the Christian doctrine. Because the Christian doctrine says that Jesus is going to return and you all are going to be called up and there you'll be with him forevermore. And I understand where that comes from. I understand why you believe that. And I understand it, trust me. But when you go back and read the scripture, you will find that that is not so. You will go up, the believers, Israel will go up and go back to the land. So that's another topic for another time as well. But I thought that I would bring out at least one prophecy for you to be able to see, one prophecy for you to be able to hear in the older covenant that has to do with prophetic fulfillment, prophetic times in the future. And there are many in here, and we'll try to hit quite a bit of them. And I hope that this was good for you. I hope that this has you really thinking and asking yourself, why have I never heard of this prophecy in the scripture that is talking about a future time when Yah will gather the house of Yehuda or Judah and the house of Israel back into the land, and there they will dwell there in safety. Now ask yourself, everything that you hear going on over in the land today, is there safety going on? No, you're always hearing about something going on in the land today. So you'll know when the true people are there, because hopefully one day you'll be there, and also there will be safety. So I say shalom, shalom. Pat, once again, if you have any questions, you want to get in contact with me, contact me through yoshaya8@gmail.com. And if you're a pastor, once again, in love, I don't do this to cause a conflict. I do this because it's time. It is time for our people to wake up and to begin to hear the whole truth of the scripture. And if you have an issue or problem with what I'm saying or what I'm showing from the scripture, you're more than able to contact me once again through yoshaya8@gmail.com or Gmail, and I will give you my personal cell phone number for you to call. And we will talk together in love and have a good time talking and sharing and learn. So I thank you all for listening. I pray that this was an increasement to your soul. Shalom, shalom.